guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have an update for my Panda palette for you. So you may have noticed that I haven't uploaded any videos in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. That was because I spent a week in the hospital. Nothing too major now, at least like you see I'm sitting here, I'm filming, but it was a pretty intense week. I'll be sure to do like a get ready with me video or something talking through it in a bit more detail, because this is not why a lot of you are here, but just wanted to let you guys know that like I'm back. Today is the first day that I'm feeling like enough energy again to like properly sit up straight and do some filming and those types of things. But yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys, just to let you know why I haven't been around, even though I know there's no need for me to apologize or anything like that. But yeah, let's go into the palettes. Starting off with the LA Colors palettes that I've been working on. We're going back to the Turi palettes. I introduced you guys to my main palette for 22. In the intro video, I filmed my finale for last time as well. And now we're just merging everything together again, and I'm hoping to upload kind of around the first of the month every time now. And like I said, starting off with the LA Colors palettes, I am going to try this year to actually write down the amount of uses I'm putting in on all the eyeshadows that I'm working on in my Panda palette as well. So yeah, let's take a quick look at where that one was at last time. And the shot that you're seeing is from 3 weeks ago, like the middle of January, because I decided to just like merge everything on the 1st, but that does mean that there is some catching up to do, and this is only 2 weeks of progress. So this is where we are right now. And in this palette I only have the blue shade left, so there really isn't that much to talk about. I've only used it 2 times, nothing too much either, but like I said, it's only been, well, it's been 2 weeks, like 2-3 weeks, but I've been in the hospital for the most part of that, so it makes sense that I don't have like a huge amount of uses on this yet. So yeah, hoping to make more progress on this in the next month anyway. I am wearing it today kind of more on the outside of my lid, and on the inside I have a pink from the Amuse Palette, and it kind of makes like a unicorny type of purple blue merging going on, which I kind of like. So yeah, hoping to make some more progress on this one, but this time around I only have 2 uses on this one. Then we have the Smoky Eyes Trio from Bourjois, which I was already working on in 2021 as well. Let's take a quick look at where that was at last time. And also this one is like a half a month of progress basically. So this is where we are right now. And I have used the dark brown a couple of times, 5 times in total to be exact. So there might be a little bit of progress, but nothing like too major probably. And the medium brown I haven't touched. I've just been playing around a little bit more with other darker shades, and definitely the Amuse palette a little bit as well. So yeah, not huge progress on this one, but I have the brown kind of back in my routine. I have it in my crease and outer V right now as well to darken things up a little bit. So hoping to get that dark brown out within the next like 3 months or so. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. Anyway, lastly, the one that I rolled in at the start of January, this is the Amuse palette. The first part of the month I was still mainly focusing on my 21 palettes, because the finale was only in the middle of the month, and after that I started to play around with this one a little bit more. One of the shades that I did use a little bit more, wait, let's take a look at what it looked like last time first. And this is where we are right now. So like always with like new projects starting, like nothing too major, like different right yet. But what I was about to say is that the white shade I have actually used a little bit more already, because I didn't have a highlight shade for a little bit, and I already moved to this palette a little bit earlier in the month. Which gave me a total of 19 uses on that white shade, and you can actually see in the close-up that there is a nice little dip starting to form in that one already, so I'm excited about that. The grey shade I haven't touched this month, but it is, in the swatches last month you guys could see that it is actually, it seems to have a little bit of a brownish undertone to it for whatever reason. And there is a little bit of a dip in here already because this is like the dark shade in the palette. So whenever I used this palette previously, this was the shade that I would reach for when I wanted to darken up my outer corner. The peachy shade I have used, and I think that is the one which you can see the most progress on. The pan has expanded a little bit, but I have only used it 3 times, so nothing too major yet either. But it's nice to see that the pan is already starting to expand a little bit. There is like a thinner layer of product on the one side at least. The green shades, I'm just moving through like if I would be holding it up the other way around. The green shade I've used once. It's not the most pigmented shade. None of these are extremely pigmented anyway. But yeah, I've used it once. Definitely need to play around with that a little bit more. That is one of the few that I don't have panning yet, so I definitely want to put some more focus on that one because I'd love to like make sure I have pan in all the shades within the next couple of months. The red shade I have used once as well, I think, yeah. And that one is definitely pigmented enough. Like that one does show up, so it's gonna be a fun one to play around with because it is a very clear like red, but there is a little bit of pinkish undertone to it, so it's not too in your face. I think this could be very wearable. I just need to be careful with it because it is more pigmented than a lot of these other shades. And the yellow shade I've used once as well, probably just on my lid. Nothing major to say about that yet. I already hit pan on it and I may have expanded that pan the tiniest bit. The blue shade, have I used the blue shade? Nope, I have not used the blue shade, which makes sense because I'm still working on the blue in my LA Colors palette. I'm definitely going to focus on that one before I jump into this blue because it doesn't make sense to start finishing off this one and still have the one shade in the LA Colors palette left. And then the pink shade, like I said, I have that on my lid today, so I have that more on the inside and the blue a little bit more on the outside, but also the dark brown to darken things up on the most outer part of my eyelid. This one I have used 3 times now, so I did the same look, pretty much the same look yesterday with the blue and the pink as well, which I really liked. I just did something different in the crease. Yeah, because I think that because this is like more of a cooler tone pink, this is one of the shades that I would be gravitating towards the least in this palette. I think the blue and the pink are the ones that are like least my type of shade, so I want to make sure that I am using them and I'm not forgetting about them and then have them left at the end of the year. So just trying to play around with those a little bit more already. And then the dark red shade I have used once to darken up the outer corner and the crease as well. Really my type of shade, so I'm not too worried about that one. I will probably focus a little bit more on that dark brown in the Bourjois trio first, but I will definitely get to this one and get some really nice use out of that one. And then, oh yeah, the blush I have used once. I'm wearing it today. It is definitely very pigmented and it is quite powdery as well, so I need to be really careful when I'm dipping in because it being pigmented and powdery means that I end up with a lot in my brush if I'm not careful. So that was a good learning, but like when I blend it out and stuff, you can see like I don't think it's too much. If you guys think it's too much, let me know and I need to tone it down a bit maybe, but yeah. So I've used it once and I know that I'm going to be able to use it. It's just no idea how long it's going to take me because it is pretty powdery, so it might actually move quicker than I expected to as well. Anyway, that is the progress that I made. Let's quickly talk through some goals. Now my hope for this blue shade still is to hopefully finish it off within the next 2 months. I kind of want to have this done in the first quarter of the year. And looking at the amount of product that is still in here, it should be doable, but at the same time, I'm not feeling like doing blue looks every single day. So I'm thinking to maybe like try and incorporate this into my eye looks at least 3 or 4 times a week, just to get some progress on it. And then in a month from now, see like how far I've gotten and if that would be enough to actually get it done by the end of March. So that is my plan for this one. So kind of hoping to finish off about half what's in here by doing that. Then the brown in here, I'm hoping to keep making some good progress on. My focus, like I said, will still be on the dark brown, not as much the medium brown just yet. But hoping to hit side pen on it, but I don't know if that is too much to ask. I feel like I'm just expanding the pan in general a little bit more instead of actually just managing to get to the side, because I'm using a bigger brush when I'm using it. And then in here, kind of thinking like I want to make that pink shade my focus shade and see how close I can get to pan, or at least an actual dip. I only see a little bit of disturbance on the pan right now, like the initial pattern is starting to wear off a little bit, but there's still a lot of product in here. So my goal is to put most of my focus on this shade right here. At the same time play around with everything a little bit. The white will be a shade that I'm pretty much using every day I'm doing my makeup. So I'm curious to see if maybe I will be close to hitting pan on that one by next time, because actually the 19 uses that I have on it right now did create a nice little dip already. I'm also using a wider brush for that one, so yeah, it's probably going to go down a little bit more evenly, and then when I hit pan, the whole pan will be gone quite quickly, is my guess, but we'll see. So yeah, the pink and the white I'm expecting to see the most progress on in the next month, and then apart from that I just want to keep playing around with it a little bit. Use the green a good few times as well to hopefully start to create a little dip in there as well. And yeah. Let's see how I'm gonna do over the next month, with hopefully just a full month of actual usage and progress. So that is it for today. Let me know if you guys have any like ideas or thoughts on how I can use all these eyeshadows together, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye.